Yes, Trump just confirmed it and it's going to shake Washington because what he signed into law, it's not just another political gesture. It's a fundamental shift that could put real money back into the pockets of retirees. Finally. But let me ask you this, how is it that Congress can retire on six-figure pensions, fly first class for life, and yet 22% of seniors in this country are trying to live on less than $15,000 a year? That's not retirement. That's survival. The headlines are everywhere. Trump signs new expansion act. Social Security boost coming. $2,400 more annually. It sounds amazing, but as someone who's been following these issues for years, I can tell you that headlines don't pay your bills. Real dollars do. So what's actually happening behind all the political noise, and more importantly, what does it mean for your monthly Social Security check? The answer is more complicated than most people realize, and there are several hidden traps that could wipe out your gains if you're not careful. The most immediate concern facing Social Security recipients is what experts call the hidden inflation tax. Yes, the new expansion provides a legitimate raise of $2,400 more per year for every Social Security beneficiary, including those receiving SSI and SSDI. However, the minute those checks increase, the thresholds that trigger benefit taxation also rise. For most Americans, this means up to 85% of your Social Security benefits could now be subject to federal income tax, even though you've already paid into the system for decades. Think about this for a moment. You paid income tax your entire working life, then you paid FICA taxes, then you paid Medicare premiums, and now the government wants to tax your retirement benefits again simply because you received a cost of living increase. It's a form of double taxation that hits seniors particularly hard. The problem is that most retirees never realize they're being taxed twice. They just notice their tax refunds getting smaller or their monthly checks looking mysteriously lower than expected. The solution lies in understanding exactly how the tax formula works and learning how to legally reduce your provisional income so your benefits can stay tax-free. Provisional income is the calculation the IRS uses to determine whether your Social Security benefits are taxable. It includes your adjusted gross income, plus any tax-free interest, plus half of your Social Security benefits. If this total exceeds certain thresholds, your benefits become taxable. For single filers, benefits become taxable when provisional income exceeds $25,000, and for married couples filing jointly, the threshold is $32,000. The second major threat to your Social Security increase comes from Medicare premium adjustments. Here's how this system works against you. The Social Security Administration announces a cost of living adjustment, COLA, with great fanfare. For 2026, this increase is projected to be approximately 2.7%. However, Medicare Part B premiums typically rise by nearly the same percentage, and sometimes even more. This creates what financial experts call premium erosion. You might receive a $40 monthly increase in your Social Security check, but Medicare takes back $35 of it the same day through higher premiums. The government calls this an adjustment, but in reality, it's a carefully orchestrated system that gives you a raise with one hand while taking most of it back with the other. Some seniors actually end up with smaller net benefits than the previous year, despite receiving an official cost of living increase. The Medicare Part B premium for 2025 is $185 per month for most beneficiaries, but this amount can vary based on your income. Higher income beneficiaries pay additional amounts called income-related monthly adjustment amounts, IRMAA. These surcharges can add hundreds of dollars to your monthly Medicare costs, effectively eliminating any Social Security increase you might receive. Perhaps the most infuriating aspect of the Social Security system is the payroll tax cap. In 2025, Social Security taxes are only collected on income up to $176,200. This means if you're a teacher, nurse, or mechanic earning $50,000 per year, you pay Social Security taxes on every single dollar you earn. But if you're a corporate executive earning $2 million annually, you only pay Social Security taxes on the first $176,200 of your income. Everything above that amount is completely exempt from Social Security taxation. This creates a regressive tax system where middle-class workers pay a higher effective rate than millionaires. A teacher earning $50,000 pays 6.2% of their entire income in Social Security taxes. A hedge fund manager earning $5 million pays Social Security taxes on only 3.5% of their total income. The remaining 96.5% of their earnings are Social Security tax-free. If Congress simply removed this artificial cap and required every dollar of earned income to be subject to Social Security taxes equally, the program could be fully funded for generations without raising the retirement age or cutting benefits by a single penny. However, this change faces significant political resistance because the people who benefit most from the current cap are often the same individuals who influence policy decisions. On July 4, 2025, President Trump signed comprehensive legislation that includes several provisions specifically designed to help seniors. The most significant change is a $6,000 additional standard deduction for anyone over 65. This change means that approximately 88% of Social Security recipients will no longer owe federal income tax on their benefits. The law also eliminates federal income taxes on tips, overtime pay, and interest paid on car loans. These changes represent the most substantial tax relief for seniors in decades. However, you only benefit if your retirement income is structured properly. If you're still taking distributions from traditional IRAs, high-interest savings accounts, or taxable investment accounts without proper planning, you could miss out on the full advantage of these new tax benefits. The key is optimizing your withdrawal strategy to stay under the key income thresholds that trigger benefit taxation. This might involve converting traditional IRA assets to Roth IRAs during low-income years, timing the sale of investments to minimize taxable gains, or restructuring how you receive retirement income from various sources. The final challenge facing Social Security recipients is what economists call COLA erosion. Cost of living adjustments are supposed to protect your benefits from inflation, maintaining your purchasing power over time. The 2026 COLA is projected to be between 2.6% and 2.7%, which sounds reasonable until you examine what's really happening to seniors' expenses. While your Social Security check might increase by 2.7%, your actual cost of living is rising much faster. Grocery prices have increased by more than 20% over the past 3 years. Housing costs, including rent and utilities, continue to outpace general inflation. Prescription drug prices are rising at double-digit rates annually. Healthcare costs, which represent a disproportionate share of seniors' budgets, are increasing faster than general inflation measures. Meanwhile, your Social Security COLA is based on the Consumer Price Index for Urban Wage Earners, CPIW, which doesn't accurately reflect seniors' spending patterns. This index gives more weight to categories like transportation and recreation, while underweighting healthcare and housing costs that hit retirees hardest. The result is that your cost of living adjustment consistently falls short of your actual cost of living increases. Despite these systematic challenges, there are concrete steps you can take to maximize the benefits of the new legislation and protect yourself from these hidden traps. First, take advantage of the new $6,000 senior deduction by carefully managing your income sources. This might involve timing withdrawals from retirement accounts to optimize your tax situation. Second, understand your Medicare options thoroughly. You may be able to reduce your Medicare costs by choosing different supplemental insurance plans or prescription drug coverage that better matches your needs. Don't automatically renew your current coverage without shopping around during open enrollment periods. Third, consider the timing of major financial decisions. If you're still working past age 65, understand how additional earned income might affect both your Social Security benefits and your Medicare premiums. Sometimes it makes sense to delay certain income or accelerate others to optimize your overall tax situation. The most important thing to remember is that the system isn't designed to automatically take care of you. These changes represent real opportunities to improve your financial situation, but only if you understand how to use them effectively. You've paid into the system your entire working life, and you deserve to receive every benefit you're entitled to. The new tax law provides tools to help you keep more of what you've earned, but you need to know how to use those tools properly. Don't let anyone convince you that you should be grateful for whatever scraps the system provides. You built this country, you funded this system, and you deserve a retirement built on dignity and security, not just survival.